And in the third hour, I'm going to break down how they're going to come after Ron Paul. I'm going to tell you chapter and verse, how they're going to attack him, what they're going to do, and how we respond with the truth. Now, remember, they had people in Kentucky in 3 cases where they got caught dressing up like hayseeds, which shows the incredible condescension. I respect somebody wearing overalls and who's got scrapes and cuts all over their hands. They work for a living. Those are good people. They got a lot more street smarts and common sense than all these yuppies combined. But they would dress up like hayseeds. We wrote articles about this, and we actually pointed it out in one case, and they got in a lot of trouble for it, that the Democrat he was running against in Kentucky, that these people worked for him, and they would dress up like that and go out and hold racist signs up and stuff. So, and they said he worshiped Buddhas in the water and wasn't a doctor and did horrible things to women, and it was all baloney. And you'd hear, he kidnapped woman headline, and then days later it would come out, oh, there was a fraternity party with about 50 people out at a river, and they were drinking beer and acting stupid. Oh, my gosh, oh, my. And then the woman said, I don't remember even actually saying that. So that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to go crazy. And, yes, they're going to go after him on Iran, saying he wants Iran to be able to nuke us. And they're going to say that, oh, my gosh, he said that governments could have been involved in the first World Trade Center attack. I mean, that's New York Times, CBS News. But, again, they play on the ignorance of the public. And, oh, one of his newsletters said that, well, once the welfare checks don't get delivered, people stop rioting. Well, absolutely. You burn down the post office, you're not going to get the welfare check. And that actually happened. People burned themselves out and rioting and burning things. So they're going to try to make a big deal out of it. That's only going to drive people to Ron Paul. If Ron Paul doesn't do a bunch of apologizing, if Ron Paul comes out and says, I love these attacks, it really means that you're scared. I mean, we asked Ron Paul to run, folks. They're going to pull out everything they can on him. Remember, they got caught, not just in Kentucky, but at Tea Party events in Santa Fe, New Mexico. They got caught in Portland, Oregon, other places doing the same deal, and even advertising on Craigslist in places to find actors to go out and pose as racist Tea Party people for the cameras. And the news put them on TV knowing full well. I mean, you got somebody with fake teeth on wearing overalls going, I want to kill all the Mexicans, and I'm with the Tea Party. People know when it's fake, and they go research it and find out it is. Or some little trust fund, wannabe anarchist, meth head, sitting there saying, I like Rand Paul, and I hate black people. I mean, it's incredibly transparent. So get ready for it. Get ready for it. Because it's their condescension when they wear fake teeth and a John Deere hat sideways and then try to act mentally retarded, mentally handicapped. And it's an insult to mentally handicapped people. And I always love how establishment types and wannabe trendies and wannabe intellectuals always run down rural people, always run down people in the West or the South. Folks, I've been all over the world. I've met people everywhere. People are people. People are smart, and they're stupid no matter where you go. They're cunning, they're good, they're generous, they're evil. There's all types, and it's basically distributed across the world. And societies go through different cycles. There's been incredible barbarism in Korea. There's been incredible barbarism in the continent of Europe. There's been incredible degradation and dehumanization in Latin America, and the same things happen in Russia. But people do the same stuff. See, humans only live on average 74 years. Males, well, it's dropped. 73 was 76. Now it's 73. 76, 75, 74, 73. Women, it was 78. Now it's 75. Even with all the little drugs they give you to treat the things they've given you, it's not, people are dying. And the infertility is exploding, and the infant mortality is going back up. But going back here, humans, this is a key point I want to make. Humans only live 75 years or so. And we have this perception that we've always been here. because the species has been here for a long time. We are connected to the universe. We have this feeling of timelessness, like we've always been here. And this feeling of just belonging to humanity. And we see all the old buildings and the old paintings, and we get nostalgic when we see old photos of people that, you know, died 150 years ago. And people who are competitive and jealous and envious, they always love somebody after they die. A painter who dies, or a sports person. Even their detractors tend to like them after they're dead, because now they're not here in this world. Now they're not making small people feel smaller. Those that are truly alive and have reached some level of development and wisdom understand that it is through the species we live on, that we're individuals. And through our individualism, we add to the greater time continuum collective of life on this planet and our species. Not a forced collectivism, but a true independent collectivism. And it is through our vigor individually, it is through our courage, it is through our exploration, it is through our reaching outward towards the future species and reaching back for knowledge of our ancestors that we hold the space-time continuum in our hands and do live forever. Even if you don't believe that there is an essence and a spirit, the essence and the spirit is undoubtedly at one level this third-dimensional system that we're in right now. And that's why I'm not afraid to die. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to walking around the corner sometime somewhere and somebody shoots me between the eyes or puts a tourniquet around my neck or poisons me or whatever it is, or takes me and diesel treatments me, drives me around for months till they psychologically break me, stomp my guts out. But I feel more sorry for those fallen creatures that are doing it to me. Forgive them, they know not what they do. I mean, at levels I hate them. At levels I'm disgusted by what's in their eyes, that they will never reach true humanity, that they are damned off from us that are good. I'm as dirty rags, but I know I'm as dirty rags, and I can see what's good. I know what's good. I choose that. My heart wants to be good. I reach for it. And within that is the secret of the universe. The reaching towards the goodness. The reaching towards the honor. The reaching towards the courage. And so people think that they serve the system by only caring about themselves. You basically end up destroying yourself. And look at Kim Jong-il. You know, these guys always try to keep their dictatorship in place so their edifice can be worshipped, so that their memory can be worshipped by a bunch of slaves who know full well that their country's a hellhole. How empty is that? True fulfillment is to have your progeny 20 generations away incredibly enlightened and more advanced than you were, and to have your blood in their veins and to have that connection towards the future, making it better, just as we have to our ancestors whose names we don't even know, who understood these truths and struggled so that we could be where we are today. But you are going to die. You are going, if you're 25 years old, it is going to be in the twinkle of an eye. The blinking of an eye, you're going to be on a respirator. In the blinking of an eye, a car is going to run that red light and T-bone you and smash you in there, and you're going to die in 3 minutes bleeding to death. Some of you listening right now will be dead in a week. This isn't put your hand up to the TV, God's telling me this. This is statistics. Some of you listening to me right now are going to have a heart attack in the next month and die. Some of you are going to have a child that's going to die. A mother, a father that's going to die. Some of you are going to have family members that die this week. But you only find the shadow of enlightenment by not being afraid. The edge of enlightenment. You can only glimpse it for a moment, but it is transcendent in the reaching for it. Deciding good from evil, recognizing the difference and saying, I choose life, I choose God, I choose honor, I choose strength, I choose beauty, I choose creation, and I am willing to die for it. And that's when the universe says, that's when God says, you are with life, and forever you are beyond their grasp. And those of you that serve darkness, I understand you're spiritually blind. I understand that you cannot be reached. Some of you cannot be reached. You have so turned yourself over to darkness that you will never be reached. And that is a truly sad thing. And deep down, at a spiritual level, you know that. You're not really conscious of why you enjoy hurting beauty, why you enjoy hurting innocence, why beauty and innocence and strength is so ugly and frightening to you. It's because you know you're not part of it. And so you want to destroy it. You cannot destroy it. You could destroy this planet. You have not destroyed life. You can deface God's creation and engage in 1 trillion abominations of genetic engineering, and it will not stand. And I know that. I know that as sure as gravity pulls me to this planet. I know it as sure as I was born and I'm going to die. I know it 100% completely in my gut. Right here. We've won. The good guys win. Realize that, but understand, if you don't have a total drive, and it's more than an obsession, a filling up with a desire to defend innocence and with a desire to be good, then you do not have a connection to creation. And it is only through the connection to life and the creator of life that any of us have a future. And it is a decision. Some of you that can still make the decision, you have to make the decision. You have to decide whether you serve life or you serve death. There's only two ways. And if you knew history and had discernment, why would you want to serve death and romanticize it? Why would you want to join with it? Because at a deep down level, you're scared of it, many of you. And you think that if you embrace it, that you can become it. Why would you want to become death? Death is only a tiny reflection of the larger creation. It's only a dead zone, a dead space, a emptiness. I choose the creation and what created it. I choose all the limitless possibilities. I choose the adventure. But if you do not have a compulsion to resist evil, if you have a compulsion that there is no good or evil, that is the world and the God of this world blocking that transmission. Because if you were in the light of the Creator, you could not do anything else but seek after life and decency and honor. But if you're damned, if you're blocked, dammed off like a river, like a lake, then you can't understand me. It's all just gibberish talk, and I understand that. But for all of you Christians who say you're Christians and other religious people and people of faith and people that have a connection to God, if you do not have a drive to go out and face down evil, then you better get your house in order. I'll tell you that right now. Because you just think you're going to go to church and play patty cake and feel all good about what's happening in the world and go, oh, praise the Lord. The end of the world's coming. Things are so bad. That means I just sit here in my house and do nothing. If you're not willing to go out and be laughed at by your neighbors, if you're not willing to go out and warn people, if you're not willing, it's not even willing. If you aren't like a drag racer running down the road to warn people. I mean, it shouldn't even be something where you're compelled. You should want to be warning people. If you don't have that drive in you, then, like I said, I would do some meditating on it. Because this is how tyranny works. This is how corruption works. This is how wickedness works. What's wickedness? People say there's no good or evil. That's the number one lie. Grabbing a 2-year-old child and taking him and torturing him for a couple of weeks, doing horrible things to him, is that evil? You bet it is. What the Aztecs did, was that evil? What the Nazis did under Hitler, was that evil? Yes, you know evil. Picking a puppy dog up and electrocuting it for fun, that's evil. And they try to train us that there's no good or evil so that we're rudderless, so they can program our, quote, values. Where the system can snap its finger with some fake value they're trying to instill to submit to them, and we all grovel and get all concerned, political correctness. But then basic human values, notice they're all under assault. And it's all made to weaken you. Evil is weak. That's why it always tries to build big armored fortresses and systems of power and temporal destruction. Because the spirit of evil is a legless jellyfish, leaving a trail of rotten, scrofulous stench. But in its evil, it has built giant palaces of destructive force to wage war against us, who are these incredible biomechanical creations who have limitless potential made in the image of a creator. All right, I don't like to preach. It just comes out, and I just did it. I'm going to come back. I'm going to hit Ron Paul surging into the lead. More on North Korea. More on incredible police state power grabs, and your calls at 800-259-9231. Folks, have you lost your power and wanted to simply flip a switch to get the lights back on? If so, this is going to be the most important message you'll ever hear, because there's never been a better time to get ready for the winter power outages ahead. Here's why. Solar-powered generators are now available from our friends at Solutions from Science, one of our oldest sponsors. Their emergency backup systems provide life-saving electrical power when you need it most. Unlike gas generators, a solar generator runs quietly, emits no fumes, and produces electricity from the sun. It's like having an electric power plant running quietly in your own home. Whether it's ice storms, brownouts, or blackouts, you'll never have to suffer through painful power outages again. When the power goes out this winter, you'll be ready with a solar-powered generator from Solutions from Science. Go to mysolarbackup.com for more information. That's mysolarbackup.com or call 877-327-0365. Hi, this is Alex Jones. This holiday season, more than half of our nation is in need of help due to the shattered economy. So now is the time to express the holiday spirit more than ever. Consider helping those you love with the most important gift, a supply of delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. Their holiday gift and family packs start at $99 for a 16-day supply, while their 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals includes a personal backpack in case of a grab-and-go emergency. Order their combo gift pack, and you'll save hundreds, plus get free shipping on your entire order. Call eFoods today at 800-409-5633 or visit them online at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex to find the special. That's 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light systems system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Oh, yeah, we got a front row seat to a group of technocrats who believe they're going to become God through eugenics and a new species, and the rest of us are going to be killed. People that think they're going to become gods, but first they want to kill the majority of us. I think I heard that story before. But, of course, all they really do is dumb down people and increase diseases and wreck life and launch giant wars everywhere. Because the spirit that drives them is one of death and destruction. Even if you don't believe it's a transient spirit or transcendent, it's the spirit of the age, the spirit that manifests through evil groups. In fact, I want to finish up before I get into Ron Paul and your calls with the rest of this video. Now, again, radio listeners can go to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com and read the article about it. This is North Koreans being marched in. This is state-run TV, but if you look back in the distance, you see them, like in Revenge of the Body Snatchers, the poor people in North Korea, in groups, I guess in phalanx, in square groups, like in the military, marching in their little black citizen uniforms, because everybody dresses the same, because the control freaks like it that way. They like the geometric shapes and people, you know, doing acrobats all day perfectly for Kim Jong-il, or you are dead. Oh, yeah, you make a mistake, you're dead. This is what government manifests every time when you let it go to extremes, because there will always be some super extreme corrupt person that gets in control who replaces the person that wasn't as extreme. You either have liberty or you have extreme tyranny. And it's always going one direction or the other. And it tends to pull towards tyranny. I know I keep talking about this, but we're going down the path North Korea is on. But, Jaron, go back to the video. Here you can see video of the groups marching up, praying and worshiping the communist mass murderer owners. A giant Stockholm syndrome. Of course, it is fake crying, so it's not complete Stockholm syndrome. Oh, my dear leader. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, my God. This pleasure palace, you can't kidnap people anymore from other countries to rape them. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, he's so rowy. A little degenerate guy in a jumpsuit. And then it shows the groups marching in the background here in a moment. We'll pause it. Okay, we'll back it up to where it shows that, because I want to pause it and show people. If you look way back in the distance, you see them marching in big squares. Yeah, there it is. If you look back in the distance, you see the groups all perfectly lined up. Of course, there they are up front lined up. You see the groups marching in, the Citizen Corps. And these are the blessed people that get to have electricity a few hours a day and maybe 2 changes of clothes a month and get to work, you know, only 16 hours a day in slave factories. They're the outer party. The inner party does have even better medical systems than we have here in the U.S. and sex slaves and everything else and giant entertainment facilities. But that's less than 1% of the population. And you have the outer party. What are they, like 6-7% of the population? And the others, North Korea takes children at birth, has doctors check men and women who live in stalls, and then they procreate. This is the communist model, and take the children like you take eggs from a hen. And then they're sent to another part of the country so that the family is the enemy. Oh, and I have the textbooks they use at major universities, I've shown them on air, where it says the family belongs to an archaic age and must be eradicated. And the family is a disease. I just searched the term. Top government psychologist says the family is a disease. Yes, yes. No, you are a disease of parasites who create systems against those of us that want to be free. You are the enemy of everything wholesome and good, and you produce misery and pain and suffering, which is what you like. You like it. You produce starving people with control freaks burning with hatred in their eyes in uniforms with machine guns, beating people, stomping on a face forever. That's what you produce, scum.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state.